Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens' heat getting worse. Internal memo detailing the success of Survivor Series War Games. Randy Orton to take up new role in WWE. Dominic Mysterio on why he attacked his father on Thanksgiving. Sami Zayn bashed. Zelina Vega attacks the Bloodline. Let's jump right into it. Internal memo detailing the success of Survivor Series War Games. WWE has reportedly shared an internal memo touting the success of Survivor Series War Games this past Saturday. The premium live event aired from the TD Garden in Boston. This year's Survivor Series did not have the traditional 5 versus 5 elimination matches with Raw battling SmackDown. Instead, Survivor Series featured 2 War Games matches this year. According to a new report from Fightful Select, WWE executives received a memo touting the success of the premium live event. The memo claimed that this year's Survivor Series was the most watched ever and had a 46% viewership increase over last year. The in-venue merchandise sales for the event were also the most in history and up 20% from 2021. Survivor Series War Games 2022 also had the highest live gate in the history of the event. It was also noted in the memo that the fan enjoyment rating popped 48%, but it was not disclosed how the company measures enjoyment. WWE also boasted about the social media numbers being up this year. A clip of the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn from the show already has 13 million views on TikTok. Sami Zayn has become one of the most beloved superstars in the company. The honorary use has finally been accepted as a member of the Bloodline after months of tension with Jey Uso. At Survivor Series War Games, Sami proved that he had the Bloodline's back by delivering a low blow to Kevin Owens. Zayn then stepped aside and allowed Jey to have the moment. Jey Uso connected with a frog splash to pick up a pinfall victory for the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn appeared at a WWE live event the next day. The honorary youth stood by Solo and gave him a humorous intro on the entrance ramp. The enforcer of the Bloodline had a hard time keeping it together during Sami's introduction. Triple H became Chief Content Officer after former CEO Vince McMahon resigned from the company in July. Time will tell what the game has planned for next year's Survivor Series event. Did you enjoy this year's Survivor Series War Games? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Randy Orton to take up new role in WWE. Teddy Long thinks Randy Orton could use his wealth of experience in the wrestling business by helping the younger generation of performers in WWE. The Viper has been sidelined from action for more than 6 months due to mounting back injuries. Orton recently underwent fusion surgery on his lower back, further sidelining him for an extended period. With uncertainty surrounding Orton's in-ring future, many have been wondering what lies ahead for him. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's One-on-One, Teddy Long stated Randy Orton could take up a mentorship role in WWE if he hangs up his boots. The former SmackDown manager added that the global juggernaut has plenty of new talents who could benefit immensely from the Viper's guidance. Well, he could become a mentor. They got a lot of young guys there, a lot of young kids that need talking to, need learning, need training, said Teddy Long. Furthermore, Long explained that since Orton is a perfect all-rounder, great at both in-ring work and promos, the younger generation could learn loads from him. And that's what I'm saying, a lot of young kids they got in NXT that really need the knowledge and the help. So Randy would be great in that field, helping the young kids with their matches. He's a good promo man, he could help you with that and also, as I said, a lot with the ring work, said Long. Randy Orton's father, Bob Orton Jr., recently shared his desire to see his son go to war with his former legacy stablemate, Cody Rhodes. The WWE Hall of Famer stated that since he has competed against Dusty Rhodes plenty of times, he would love to see the Viper clash with his former rival's son, Cody. I think Cody would be a hell of a match. Bob Orton Jr. continued, I wrestled Dusty a lot of times so, might as well keep it ongoing. Just like Orton, even Cody Rhodes has been out of action for many months now. However, the American Nightmare is expected to return in time for WrestleMania, with many touting him as the favorite to win the Royal Rumble match. Do you agree with Teddy Long's take on why Randy Orton could be perfect in a mentorship role in WWE? Sound off in the comments section below. Dominic Mysterio on why he attacked his father on Thanksgiving. Dominic Mysterio is a stickler in regards to when holidays should be celebrated. Rhea Ripley and Dominic showed up at Rey Mysterio's home unannounced on Thanksgiving and attacked him in front of his wife and family. But why was such an attack necessary? Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley were guests on today's episode of WWE's The Bump to discuss a wide variety of subjects. When asked why they attacked Rey Mysterio on Thanksgiving, Dominic hilariously blamed it on the fact that his father set up the Christmas tree before November was over. Because he had his Christmas tree up before November was over, and honestly he doesn't deserve to just be living peacefully, Dominic Mysterio said. I had to leave with his shadow my whole life, so I'm hoping to cast a big shadow over him and just keep torturing him as much as I can. Despite Dominic's reasoning, Rhea Ripley insists they went with civil intentions. The Nightmare claims they just wanted to have a nice family get-together, but when he disrespected them and called her a name, they had to make an example out of him. It was great. We went in there trying to be nice, trying to be civil. We were hoping that we could have a nice little family get-together and just have Thanksgiving together, enjoy it. But you know, Rey, he once again shut the door on Dominic. He disrespected myself and Dominic by closing that door, so I wasn't having it, Rhea Ripley said. Then of course he called me a name, and Dominic snapped. That's what happens when you're being a bad influence in front of the children at the table. He's trying to take the spotlight once again for himself, and we're not going to stand for it. What do you make of Dominic and Rhea's comments? Do you think they would have attacked Rey Mysterio no matter what? Let us know your thoughts by sounding off in the comments section below. Sami Zayn bashed. I am feeling quite usy. As a matter of fact, extremely usy since Sami Zayn coined that word when he was trying to be accepted into the Bloodline. He broke through the very serious stance of the Usos and Roman Reigns. The undisputed WWE Universal Champion even cracked a smile. Feeling usy has become a thing, and it's Sami Zayn who is responsible for bringing a bit of levity to the ultra-serious Bloodline. I find it very refreshing, to be quite honest with you. Take note that although Sami is comedic, he's also serious when that mode needs to be switched on. So what inspired me to talk about Sami and the Bloodline? Well, one of pro wrestling's most iconic legends doesn't like Sami's body of work with the Bloodline. That man is the nature boy Ric Flair. Recently on his To Be the Man podcast, he told host Conrad Thompson and the audience, looking at Roman and what Bloodline is and how they conduct themselves, I found him bringing way too much comedy to it. But apparently, it's worked, so maybe that's me being old school. I didn't like it because I thought the kid's comical, his character's comical, Flair said. Again, I have no problem with Sami Zayn's lighthearted attitude. He's actually brought another depth to the Bloodline. Fans seem to be taking to the Samon group, nearly making them feel like fan favorites. There's no problem with that, Samon Bloodline member La Smooth told me. It's good for the fans to enjoy our family, and Sami has brought that element in. We trust him now since we saw him really pay his dues at the Survivor Series War Games. Yes, we trust him for now. The comedic side does not take any of the talent or ferocity away from Roman or the Usos. It just adds some fun to the mix. He did mention that he trusts Sami Zayn but was quick to point out, Sami is not blood to the Samon dynasty. Neither is Paul Heyman. Paul has been in our family, sort of adopted, and he started out managing my dad and Uncle Sika and almost every one of the Samons in our bloodline. Will there always be a question about him? Maybe, but Sami still has to prove long-term, like Paul, that he intends to always do right by us. There will always be a question in my mind if he and his best friend and fellow Canadian Kevin Owens are plotting something against us. Here's to making sure that does not happen, so we don't unleash our Samon wrath on him. That would be plain stupid and quite deadly. La Smooth added. Do you think Sami Zayn adds a much-needed comedic perspective to the Bloodline? Sound off in the comments below. WWE Hall of Famer praises Sami Zayn. Wrestling legend Teddy Long is pleased with how WWE finally realized the hidden potential of SmackDown superstar and Bloodline member Sami Zayn. It wouldn't be a stretch to say that there hasn't been a more consistently entertaining and compelling presence in WWE today than Zayn. The honorary Use has mastered the art of keeping the viewers hooked through his character work, which has come to the forefront since he joined the Bloodline. Zayn's weekly segments with his stablemates are not only hilarious but emotionally involving and captivating. While speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's One-on-One, though Teddy Long confessed to not following the complete Bloodline saga, he lavished praise on Sami Zayn. The WWE Hall of Famer thinks the former Intercontinental Champion is like a hidden talent whose potential has finally been realized. I haven't been able to sit down and really take the time to really watch it all, but Sami Zayn has always been a great performer. I had the chance to work with him one time, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Sami Zayn is like a hidden talent. Maybe finally somebody realizes what they've had there all the time, said Teddy Long. The WWE veteran even got to work with Sami Zayn on SmackDown's May 7, 2021 episode. Teddy Long had a fun backstage segment with the honorary Use, where the latter demanded a shot at the IC title. Long stated that Zayn was a nice guy who kept everyone laughing. Well, nice guy, that's all I can tell you about him. Really fun, you know, keeping everybody laughing. So, yeah, he's a character, added Teddy Long. Sami Zayn further solidified his place within the Bloodline at Survivor Series 2022, where he finally gained the trust of Jey Uso. His stable defeated Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and Brawling Brutes in a brutal War Games match. It remains to be seen how things pan out for the honorary Use in the coming weeks. What do you make of Teddy Long's comments about Sami Zayn? Sound off in the comments section below. Zelina Vega attacks the Bloodline. On the latest episode of WWE's The Bump, Legado del Fantasma claimed they want to be the ones to dethrone the Bloodline. Jimmy and Jey Uso have dominated the tag team division in WWE. Roman Reigns has held the undisputed WWE Universal Championship for over 800 days. The Tribal Chief defeated Logan Paul in the main event of Crown Jewel to retain the championship. Sami Zayn proved his worth to the Bloodline this past Saturday at Survivor Series War Games. The group is currently stronger than ever in WWE. Speaking on The Bump, Joaquin Wilde of Legado del Fantasma was asked about the possibility of facing the Usos or anyone in the Bloodline. How am I supposed to answer that? Said Wilde. Oh, we don't want to dethrone the Usos, get the street cred, get the gold, and be recognized as the top tag team on SmackDown. You don't think we want that? Of course, we've thought about it. Zelina Vega then warned the Bloodline's Paul Heyman that she has her eyes on him. Yeah, I mean, I can see me going up against Paul Heyman, said Vega. Paul already knows that I'm not only on his level but higher. I'm pretty sure when it comes to the Bloodline, like I said, give it time because I have my eyes on Paul. Hey Paul, Legado del Fantasma leader Santos Escobar will face Ricochet in the finals of the SmackDown World Cup this Friday night. The winner of the tournament will earn a match against Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. Kathy Kelly spoke with Santos last week after SmackDown went off the air, where Escobar warned Ricochet that he has a game plan for him. Nakamura and Butch were no easy task, and rest assured, my family will always be with me. So as for Ricochet, there is a universal truth. What goes up must come down. The game plan is easy. Win the World Cup and become the new Intercontinental Champion, Escobar said. Ricochet defeated Braun Strowman in the semifinals last week after Gunther interfered in the match. It will be interesting to see what happens in the finals of the SmackDown World Cup this Friday. Would you like to see Zelina Vega go up against the Bloodline's Paul Heyman? Let us know in the comments section below. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens heat getting worse. Teddy Long thinks the possibility of a match between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens could result in a memorable outing if it materializes. A recent report suggests WWE has penciled in KO to challenge the Tribal Chief for his undisputed Universal Championship at Royal Rumble 2023. Interestingly, the duo even clashed at the show's 2021 edition in a last man standing match, which Roman Reigns won after a hellacious back-and-forth battle. The build to the rumored bout kickstarted at Survivor Series, where Owens and Reigns had a blistering exchange in the closing moments of the War Games match. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's One-on-One, Teddy Long shared his views on the prospective clash. The WWE legend believes considering just how great Owens and Reigns are inside the ring, it has all the recipes to be a success. Well, I think you got one hell of a match there. Kevin Owens has certainly come a long way in such a short time. His work has gotten a lot better, his in-ring work has gotten a lot better, and as we all know, Roman, he's a master in the ring. So, I think you're gonna see one hell of a match there, said Long. During the aforementioned exchange between KO and Reigns during the main event of Survivor Series 2022, the former struck a slap, reportedly rupturing the latter's eardrum. The unplanned spot led to a backstage altercation between the Tribal Chief and Kevin Owens after the premium live event. However, things were seemingly in control within 20 minutes, with no lingering heat. While some believe this incident could jeopardize KO's chances of challenging Roman Reigns, the Raw developments suggest otherwise. The former Universal Champion secured a momentum-boosting win over Jey Uso, thus planting the seeds for a future clash with the Tribal Chief. Do you think Owens and Reigns could outdo themselves and have a better match than their Royal Rumble 2021 clash? Sound off in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me